Extension of the spine will help bring oxygen. Hi, this is Nancy Thompson, the Functional Fitness Specialist at the Springfield Wellness Center. There are a lot of reasons why people experience wrist pain. For some, it's from overuse. Maybe heavy lifting or heavy keyboarding, sitting at a desk all day, can cause some overuse issues. Some people, it might be from an acute injury, a mishap, or a fall where the wrist took the brunt of the fall. From whatever the cause, once you don't have use of your wrist, you really realize you're restricted, you're lacking the ability to do activities you love. So it's definitely worth taking time to rehab, to get your wrist back in shape. And we can do that through certainly range of motion exercises, active stretching, and then strengthening, just like every other body part. Active range of motion after pain is dissipated is really just taking the wrist through its full range of motion, which would be flexing and extending. And you want to do both. It may be one wrist that you're having issues with, but definitely do the action on both wrists. So we want to do flexion and extension to its full range of motion without any pain. We want to do some supination and pronation moves. Again, the wrists were meant to move like this, and we want to exercise or move it through that range of motion. And then that hammering motion that the wrist is special movement is actually a radial deviation, and that hammering motion would be really important to do too. So the range of motion is important to do. Once that is done without any pain, and those type of motions can be done maybe 10 reps for 2 to 3 sets, working up to 20 reps as tolerated. And once that can be done without any pain, then it's time to move on to some active stretching where we would use some resistance. We're going to go to maybe a table and do basically the same motions with some resistance. We can come either to a table or a counter in the kitchen where we're going to put resistance on our hands to get the wrist stretched in an extended way. And then we'll want to reverse that and put the back of our hand as tolerated on a surface and then stretch that direction so that we can get, again, more of a deeper stretch, again, as long as the pain is not returning. And then to strengthen the wrists, we can do something again with the same motion but add some body weight resistance, where we would be in a flex position, and then we would actually do a kind of a wrist push-up where there's weight coming into my hand, but then I'm going to do a push-up to my knuckles and then back down, and that's going to build some strength in the wrists. That's going to be required for you to return to whether it's working at a desk or lifting heavy items. Again, we can go to the opposite motion where we're going to put the back of the hands down, and then we can practice pushing up to our knuckles off of our wrist area to build strength in the forearm this way to help our wrist strength. And hopefully in the future prevent that wrist pain from occurring. And then we can actually add weight to our hands, maybe a light dumbbell, a weighted bags of beans at home, something that's maybe 1 pound to 3 pounds, where we can do, again, flexion and extension. We can hold that weight and do supination and pronation, and we can do the same radial deviation or the hammering move with anything weighted in our hands that's tolerable. So again, progressing from active range of motion to stretching, active stretching, to resistance exercises can be very beneficial in improving your wrist strength to avoid wrist pain in the future. If you found this information helpful, please share it. This is Nancy Thompson, your Functional Fitness Specialist at the Springfield Wellness Center.